I play Bug and Moss Show. I listen to them talk about whatever and pee-pee and probably poop. You're listening to Bug and Moss.
Good morning, Bug.
Good morning, Moss.
It is from the skittering studios under your favorite rock. It is 7 o'clock on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. My name is Moss.
My name is Bug.
And we're here with a great show for you today. I say that I don't have anything prepared, Bug. Do you?
I have a couple, maybe one or two things, and then we've got some voicemails.
Maybe a couple, one or two things. We do have some voicemails. I feel as though my brain was parked outside in the sun for a few years and wasn't started until this morning. I'm like on fumes.
I feel pretty much like what is happening, which is that we slept with the window open and it was pretty cold, so I'm a little snuffly. So apologies if it's gross.
That's true. We did sleep with the window open and it got wicked freaking cold.
It did. It got very chilly. And when I say that, I mean, we're in a room where the window's still open. We can't be stopped. We're addicted.
Well, it's nice. It smells good outside.
It does smell good.
And you know it's cold when Chester, our orange cat, crawls into bed and worms himself down in between us. And it's the cutest thing ever. And it always makes me happy. And so there's part of me that wants to keep it cold just so that the cat keeps coming in.
It's pretty cute. He like bats at the outside and he like kind of scratches and digs and he's like, let me in. And then he wiggles his little body in between us.
I have to lift up the blanket and then he'll come in. The only thing I don't like is that sometimes he does announce his presence by taking his dirty poop-covered shit feet and sticking them on my cheek.
Yeah, that's the thing. He does it in a way where he like is also kind of puncturing it, and you're like, you're just injecting poop into my face right now.
It's brutal. Good morning, Blueberry Finch. Blueberry Finch says him and Suki can be snuggle bug buddies.
Heck
yes,
yeah.
100%. Oh, hey, Atticus.
Yeah.
That must be you. So what's up, Bug?
Well, I got a little bit of news, and also this isn't really anything. There's just an animal I didn't know existed, and I saw it, and it's crazy. So I guess Bug Animal Fact. And
Bug Animal Fact.
Yeah, and then we've got voicemails, and that's what I've got for the show today.
Let's do that Bug Animal Fact. That sounds really interesting to me. Would you say that it feels like a big idea?
I will play a big idea, but just know it's kind of a small idea.
Here's Bug's air quote big idea
Brain boom! You mean brain blast? Right.
of the day.
So the animal that I learned about today that I've never seen before, I don't think, or if I have, I've memory hold it and then was surprised all over again, is the Chinese pangolin.
Oh. Yeah, I've seen those. They got the long snoots, right?
Yeah, they're sort of like armored anteaters. I can show everybody what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah. In theory, this should work. Here we go. And it didn't.
How about now?
No, nothing. It's just not happening.
Okay.
There's still an issue with the connection showing the pictures.
Well, we tried our best. Look it up.
Go, give us a word picture, Bug. Paint us a mental.
It looks like if somebody fed artichoke into a large language model and asked it to generate what an animal would like, what a living artichoke would look like.
Oh yeah, that's pretty accurate. Yeah, because it's kind of got like not quite armadillo vibes, but not armadillo shape.
It's kind of sloth shaped, kind of anteater shaped. It doesn't seem like a thing that is real.
It's got plates for days.
It's got plates for days. It's armored. It has a prehensile tail it can hang from, which is crazy. Here's it hanging.
Man, what I wouldn't give for a prehensile tail, or even a posthensile tail. I don't know what hensile means.
You have prehensile tail vibes.
Thank you, Bug. That means a lot to me, actually.
So a prehensile tail, I don't know what hensile means. I'm struggling to find that, but it means, it's adapted to grasp or hold objects.
Oh, okay.
Prehensility is the quality of an appendage or organ that has adapted for grasping or holding. So like hands and feet can be prehensile.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I've got some prehensile hams.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Tentacles can be prehensile, like an elephant's nose.
Wait, so that literally just means can grab stuff?
I guess so.
Wow, that's cool. Hey, y'all, did you know you got prehensile
Did you know
shit?
you're prehensile?
Your hams?
Your hams. And maybe your feet.
Maybe your feet if you're good with them.
I'm pretty good with mine. I have prehensile feet.
I was never I didn't pick stuff up with my feet.
I thought you were about to say I was never a photophile.
A photophile.
I was never grippy feet. But yeah, it's just a crazy looking aminal that I'd never seen before. They're critically endangered, and they have been, I think, for a long time because of poachers who are bad. Like, any personal stuff aside, being a poacher is like pretty unanimously bad stuff, guys. I don't know if you saw the Wild Thornberrys movie, but I'd recommend it since it seems like something you need in your life. It might help you understand sort of why what you're doing is wrong. And help us keep really cool animals around so that we can continue to learn and grow and enjoy the world with them.
I've heard of pangolins. I don't know if I've ever seen a picture of a pangolin, so that was very fun. And I'm sorry that for the people hanging out with us on stream that I could not get the picture of that pangolin up for you. But
yeah, it's spelled like it sounds.
So
look it up.
Spelled like it sounds. I'm going to go ahead and take a swing at Pangolin.
That's right.
Wow. It is spelled like it sounds.
Spelled like it sounds.
At least to me and my prehensile hands.
Yeah, and my hands are spelling it.
Well, yeah, because if I'm typing it in with my prehensile
I guess
hands.
that's true.
Yeah, dog. I'm so stoked that I've learned that I'm prehensile.
I know. It's cool to know.
So if you're posthensile, did you used to grab things?
What I need to understand is hensile.
Yeah.
As not really a suffix.
Maybe that could be the name of our LLC. Hensile LLC.
I guess it comes from the roots of to grasp and obviously before. I've got that one. But I guess maybe hensile is grasping, but I don't know how it would be prehensile.
I'll contact any English major friends I have after the show and find out.
Yeah.
Or Latin friends or whatever. Because I must know now.
Yeah, we're desperate to know.
There is something sticky on the desk right underneath the mouse. And it is like a gross kind of sticky, and now it's on my arm. Let's go to the voicemails.
All right. I have some in the email as well.
Oh, cool. Well, I accidentally clicked this one.
Let's do it.
So it's now marked as read irrevocably.
Yeah.
So this is from George Diaz.
Hey, Buck and Moss, I got a gamer alert. Let's go.
Gamer alert.
I stumbled upon a TikTok about pet peeves in gaming. And you want to know one of my pet peeves, specifically with sequels?
Yeah.
Okay, so my main example is Doom 1 and Doom 2, the reboots. Doom 1 ends with a crazy cliffhanger, and Doom 2 does not address it at all.
Oh, really?
Or at least I don't think it does.
Mm-hmm.
I hate when games do that. They give you a really crazy cliffhanger, whoa, what's our main character gonna do now in some sort of perilous situation or whatever. And then the second game, it's oh, yeah, it got resolved, off screen.
You're okay.
It's several years from now.
Well, I have a theory about that.
Here's a new game. We're not going to acknowledge it. We're not going to acknowledge the very end of the game where, your character's in, some sort of a weird, perilous situation. No.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the tutorial. Bye.
Mm-hmm.
Go on your way. And I hate it. I want to know what happened. Let me know.
Please, of course.
Don't make me go see, an online comic about it or something. I want to know in-game.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of any other examples of this, but I swear to God, it's happened more than once. I promise.
I believe that.
Yeah, and I think I have faint memories of having this happen to me too, and I was trying to pin down a single game name that I could name with it. And I can't think of something, but I know that this happens, and I have a theory about why it might be video games, and I think it's because don't a lot of times, I feel like video game studios will make a game and then close or get bought or trade hand. I feel like often the first game will be made by one group and then a second game will be made by another group and a third game will be made by another group. And so I wonder if sometimes it's the handoff where they're we're not going to finish their story. We don't know what they were thinking.
Yeah. I mean, and I can imagine doing that. I can imagine being I don't want to tell this story. But at the same time, it's hard to not give your audience anything.
Especially if it's a sequel, that's crazy.
And especially if it's a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I don't know. Even if it's just a pretty decent cutscene.
Yeah. I wish I could think of a game that does this that I could remember definitively, but do you have any games that you know that left off on a cliffhanger and in the sequel absolutely wrecked that by nothing? Oh, well, Matt Bliss has just chimed in and said, biggest whiplash of unresolved everything, Final Fantasy X to Final Fantasy 12.
I don't know what that is, but I believe it based on everything I know about Final Fantasy.
Interesting. I believe it too. I didn't think Final Fantasy had a continuum. And also, Coyote Astronaut has chimed in with the English degree on the Prehensile here. Thank you, Coyote. Coyote says, I've got you on Prehensile. Comes from the Latin word to grasp via French. Pre isn't a prefix in this case, as far as I can tell.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that does make sense. That's awesome. Thanks, Coyote, and thank you, Matt.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is, again, smart listeners.
Yeah.
If you're smart, you probably listen to our show.
The smartest people listen to this show.
Yeah.
This is a show that's purely for, yeah. So you have some voicemails that are from the email bug? Because those are probably pretty old, right?
I do have a couple from the email. They are both from George. So we might want to, jump over and then come back.
Okay. We've got one more right here from Michael Colby.
Well, howdy, partners.
Well, howdy, Michael.
Don't know why I said that like that.
I liked it.
Forget that I said that.
Memory hold.
Hi, Bug and Moss. It's Michael Colby. I'm not going to get too deep into complimenting Mason for his shit that he does, because I know it makes him uncomfortable, and I totally get that.
Thank you.
But I don't understand people who don't want to advertise their own stuff or listen to their own stuff. I know so many people who make great stuff and then don't listen to it, and it's then why are you doing it? I know that I make stuff that I want to listen to, so I listen to my stuff. Billings Presents This Bizarre Adventure. Absolutely the best podcast. Check them all out anywhere you get your podcast. But I want to listen to the stuff that I make because I make stuff that I want to listen to. I don't think that's that hard. But anytime anybody asks me, hey, what's your favorite podcast? I always tell them it's PodCube, and I have a whole list of episodes for them to listen to because it's the truth. It's my favorite podcast.
Yeah.
Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it.
And this is my favorite telephone show. Anyway, my favorite milk, Jordan, is vanilla milk, which not many places have anymore.
Yeah.
And the Wawa that I go to has cookies and cream milk, which is fantastic. But yeah, bring back the vanilla milk. It was around for a while, and now it's gone, and that sucks because vanilla. People think that it's a base, but it's not. It's a flavor.
It's totally
delicious.
a flavor.
And if you don't like vanilla, you can fuck right off.
If you don't like vanilla, yes, you do.
Yeah. No, yeah. Vanilla is, and also I appreciate that. That's a bugbear too. Vanilla is a good flavor.
Yeah.
It's like a flavor. And yeah, it's weird that there's a vanilla defaultism that I think comes from ice cream. But I feel I'm feeling very discourse pilled saying that.
Vanilla is also added to a lot of things, and we use imitation vanilla in a lot of things. And in some baked goods, it can sort of act as a flavor enhancer like salt. However, in others, you're just kind of dumping this $30 flavoring into something that it's not really going to shine in. We don't use it as default in the bakery where I work for that reason. It's expensive. And we will, if we have a recipe that uses vanilla, we'll usually see, is vanilla enhancing this? And often the answer is no, unless it's in a buttercream that is vanilla and is shining.
Yeah. I want to roll back up to the first point that Michael made, because I think there's an important distinction. I know we've been having this extended conversation about how I'm not good at promoting our shows, but Michael brought something up that I think is very interesting with creative people, and it's listening to your own stuff.
I know, because you do that.
I do. Well, because I think deep down a lot of the time I am trying to make it for me to enjoy, and that's hard. Maybe that's part of why it's hard to share. But I do. I listen to PodCube too. I find a lot of delight in it. One of my favorite things about it is that each person in it has made and released whole episodes, and so sometimes we'll surprise each other with stuff that we've done. But I think I think it's interesting because there's also this crowd of people that says if you're an artist and you listen to your own work or you consume your own art, you're like stuck up your butt.
That's crazy.
And it's weird. I mean, I can definitely imagine cases where that might be true. Like I can imagine a person who is stuck up their own butt, but I don't think that is true for like listening to and enjoying your own thing. Broadly speaking, like I think it's good.
Yeah.
If you make art that you want to consume, you're doing something right. I think.
I definitely think it's weird to assume that listening to your own art or like watching your own stuff is inherently like narcissistic or like stuck up. It's honestly, I think a lot of people don't do it for a reason that I typically avoid my own stuff, which is that I'm trying to not be overcritical of myself. And so I will usually wait a little while until I engage with media I make. Also, I'm usually tired of it by the time it comes out, like especially because, you know, Podcube is really short. You can listen to the whole thing and it's not a whole thing. But when I sound design an episode of 13, I'm usually finished. I don't necessarily, honestly, not even the last thing I want to do is listen to that whole episode again.
See, that's so interesting. I am, for the most part, I pretty much will always listen to things at least once right after I make them.
Yeah.
And like often I will return to them. But I think it's because I have this weird, for all of my issues with talking about stuff, and I don't want to prolong this conversation too much more because it feels very self-centered. But for all of that, I do, when something is out, when you like put something out, I detach from it pretty much immediately. And like, I like that. I don't know. It's very easy for me to be like, okay, I've made this thing. It's mine while it's in my head and like bigger than any medium because it's all just in my brain. And then I make it and fight with myself and hate it and all of that until it's done and ready and then send it out. And then once it's out, it's over. And it's done. And that doesn't belong to me anymore. That belongs to the world. And then I can enjoy it again. And that's why I made it. And I think that's how I think about it a little bit.
Yeah, I agree with the detaching. I think that is true. I also fundamentally agree with the idea that once your art is out there, it doesn't belong to you anymore.
I want to also, check out Jack Billings Presents. Check out this bizarre adventure. I'll put some links into the show notes for that. Let me type down Michael Colby show links. I'll throw those in the chat. They're in the disc. Fucking, you know, if you're listening to the podcast, it's in the show notes. If you're watching the stream, you can't fucking find it yet. If you're watching the video on YouTube, it's in the description. I want to point out what's been going on over in the chat because it's genuinely so delightful. We moved on from our talk about cliffhangers too rapidly because Atticus brought up a great example of they said, not sure if it's necessarily specific plot points, but Kingdom Hearts will resolve a plot point or cliffhanger by creating 30 subplots.
Yeah.
Which is very true. So talking about games that don't do cliffhangers well.
Yeah, if you're missing the chat, that might be just one of those things you have to tune into the stream for because Matt and Atticus are having a great convo that gets deep into it.
Yeah. And it's been very fun to sort of read while we're doing this.
Also, Bug Fan Club has pointed out my favorite thing, which is the way Moss lights up.
Oh, come
You're
on.
so cutie. I was making some like little reels for Instagram yesterday. Speaking of listening to your stuff right after you do it, Moss always listens to the show right after we do it, which is not my bag. That's like, he just goes and does that, and I'm like, he's crazy.
Real talk, I don't on purpose. I usually preview just to check for like quality or issues or stuff that I didn't like notice. And then I will kind of forget and just like vibe into it.
Yeah, I did that yesterday because I was clipping the show. We're trying to take clips right after we do it so that we can like make like little highlight reels and stuff. And then I just got into it and I made like 6 different shorts and I posted a couple to Instagram yesterday. But I always like to make the thumbnail whatever face I think Moss has that's the cutest because he's so cute and you do like your little animated octopus face where your lips are pursed, and I love that one.
See, when I'm choosing thumbnails for the YouTube videos after the fact, I'm always grabbing a frame where you're smiling. If there's one of the auto-generated ones, that's my criteria. Yeah, whatever. I love you.
Gross. I love you, Moss.
That looked insane on the cameras because there's like non-Euclidean
it's like
space.
cutting us off.
It is 7/19 on August yesterday, on April 21st, 2026. It is the post-weed day slump.
Oh, so true.
So, I don't have anywhere to go with that.
I have a couple things to say.
Please.
I'm sorry to harp on this, but I want to talk about vanilla milk.
All right, vanilla milk.
This is going to be pretty quick. I have a little bit of a hack for that, which is that I used to be a barista, and you can get a steamer. They might not call it that at pretty much any restaurant, which is probably not what you want because that'll be hot, right? So that is just a milk with no coffee in it. It would typically be steamed, and we would make them for kids all the time because it's weird that we only do hot chocolate when actually they can have whatever they want. You can make like them a strawberry, like warm milk, or you could do strawberry and chocolate. You could do whatever, and you could totally do vanilla. We did vanilla steamers for kids all the time. You could also just ask for like an iced vanilla latte, but be like, I don't want coffee. Just be like, I want vanilla milk. Also, make up some vanilla simple syrup and make it at home because it'll be way cheaper, and I bet it would taste awesome.
I don't know that I've ever had vanilla milk.
Oh, I'm sure it's good because I've had a vanilla latte.
I've had my favorite flavored milk is strawberry by
Yeah.
far.
He's one of those.
Hey, what do you mean one of those?
You guys know. Strawberry milk girlies are a whole thing.
This feels homophobic.
This is not homophobic.
Okay.
I don't think we can make like Nesquik.
I don't want to get bullied for my strawberry milk proclivities because I was already bullied by the fact that my school like kept not carrying it. And like it would only sometimes be. Did your school have those big coolers at the top that like, flips all the way open? And there's cartons and cartons.
But my school did not fucking have strawberry milk.
My school had strawberry milk. My school with like no roof, my leaky little shitty school had strawberry milk sometimes. And whenever they did, I would even go back and buy an extra one. I loved it. Strawberry milk is the best. Matt Bliss said, hang on, strawberry milk is good, but white chocolate not good? Both as fake as each other, I think. Yeah, Matt, they're different things. What do you fucking mean?
I will. That's hilarious. I like how Matt's like, these are both not taste like real thing. Eat it.
The reason I struggle with white chocolate is not because of it being artificial. Well, it is a little bit. But
Also,
I think
white chocolate is real. Like it's a real thing. It's just not chocolate.
What do you mean?
White chocolate is just a different part in the process. It doesn't have the cocoa solids in it.
I see. I thought white chocolate was like fully made in a lab.
No, pink chocolate is kind of, it's interesting. Look into ruby chocolate. It's weird. White chocolate and strawberry together would fuck. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would. Guess what, Bug?
What?
How about a very small internet quiz?
Hell yeah.
It's time to play People Also Ask, the game where you take a Google search term and then you look at what people also ask and see if you can answer them. And today's search term is vanilla flavor.
Whoa.
Yeah. Well, I Bug. It's not that. I typed it in.
I can't believe this. Also, I feel compelled to point out that Atticus just said, does strawberry milk is fake? The rumor come out. Which is, I think we need to do as a shirt.
Yeah.
And we need you looking confused like you're on a milk carton, like, oh, and then that's the shirt. Does strawberry milk is fake?
Amazing. Hilarious.
Ooh, Daily Times from Matt.
And Coyote Astronaut says visualizing a Neapolitan flight of milk shots.
Would drink. So down.
Okay, so chat popped off with the funniest shit in the episode right after the intro. People also ask, under vanilla flavor, does vanilla help with acne?
No.
No?
No.
Have you never heard of this?
No, I've never heard of this.
I think I've heard people talk about vanilla, like putting vanilla extract on your acne.
Oh, so that's interesting because if it says yes, I think what it's going to be talking about is the alcohol that's in vanilla and drying your acne out, which like isn't really good for you. So Help is doing a lot of heavy lifting here. What I'm going to say is I don't think the vanilla itself has anything to do with this.
Okay, I see. Well, that sucks because that was also my answer because it was the alcohol. I think that's a thing I've heard people talk about, but I'm going to go ahead and guess that this says no, just flatly no.
Okay.
So, does vanilla help with nausea?
What?
Yes. Or not nausea, sorry, acne. It's people using vanilla for everything, Bug. Oops. It can reduce acne. With its antibacterial properties, vanilla can help to fight breakouts and, if used regularly, reduce scars as well as brighten the complexion. So, I don't actually know if I believe this. This is from saltoftheearthnatural.com, which has some vibes that I'm not extremely keen on. So
vanilla and vanillic acid display pronounced antibacterial effects by inhibition of growth, viability, virulence. So these are in lab studies. So yeah, we're going to give this to whatever that website is, but like I wouldn't go putting vanilla on your shit just yet.
That makes sense. And Atticus said that sounds like some essential oils nonsense. That's kind of where I'm at too. But so what do you think the verdict is, Bug? Where's the point go to?
Not either of us, I don't think. I think we both said no.
Okay, so that's a 0. People also ask what to eat when throwing up.
Nothing. What?
I don't think we can. I don't have an answer for that one. So here's another one. These questions, they get more and more deranged the more you
I fucking
open.
love the questions when you ask shit on Google.
Yeah, and as you open them and it spawns more questions, the more deeper you go, the weirder they get. So who knows if this actually has anything to do with vanilla. I don't think it's the answer, but people also ask, what food adds 33 minutes to your life?
What?
It's like the 33-minute fruit. It's like a fucking anime concept.
Yeah. Does it say it's a fruit or did you make that up?
It says, what food adds 33 minutes to your life?
Woo!
And bless you.
Woo!
Your sneezes sound faker than anyone else.
I know, my coughs sound fake too.
Bug's like, I've got an itchy nose. Hashoo! It's the cutest thing ever.
I think the food, my immediate answer is water, but I don't think that's what it says. I don't know, bananas?
Bananas. I think the answer is going to be wheat. The answer, okay, this is very funny. No idea where it got this from. A peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
No.
A peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and then in parentheses, in case you're curious, PB&J.
Good.
Yeah, that was no confusion there. Is the food often cited to add approximately 33 minutes to a person's life, according to a 2021 study from the University of Michigan. The research, which analyzed over 5,850 foods, found that the nutritional benefit of nuts, fruits, and fiber in the sandwich contribute to a, quote, healthy life extension.
I'd like I know that you guys don't need to hear this. You're all really smart listening to the show, but you can't just take things in a study and be like, and therefore this crazy fucking BuzzFeed ass thing I just made up.
Yeah.
There's more to it than that. You can't, and also a study isn't just proving something. It's just studying something.
I mean, it definitely requires a little more insight. So neither of us got that one. So that's another 0 point.
Yeah, I think this is rigged.
Third question, last chance. And I've had to click a lot of these to expand them because I thought vanilla would be a good search. Turns out it's a bit of a rough one. So we've gotten pretty deep in these questions, Bug. So know that we are in the dumb zone.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
Yeah, we've been very deep in it. So here's the question for us, the last one. What are the 3 times you shouldn't brush your teeth?
The 3 times.
Under the Google search for vanilla flavor, people also ask, what are the 3 times you shouldn't brush your teeth?
The only one that I know is if you have an early morning wine tasting or coffee tasting. If you're going to taste food, you should skip brushing your teeth until after, obviously.
That's great. Matt Bliss says, while vomiting.
All huge. Matt Bliss also says eating a bowl of cereal instead of churning your own butter saves hours every day.
Yeah, that's true. What 3 times you shouldn't brush your teeth? I think, so you're supposed to brush your teeth at 3 times, right? Morning, noon, and night. Or really, after breakfast, after lunch, after dinner. That's the vibe, because you're getting the particles out of there.
And we all do that.
So I think this is a weird question, and I'm going for a point here, Bug. I think that the answer is before breakfast, before lunch,
that's
and
good.
before dinner.
That's really good. Let's see.
Let's go ahead and see. Although it might seem counterintuitive, there are 3 surprising times you should avoid brushing your teeth. I get a half point for this. After vomiting, after eating sweets, and after breakfast.
Really?
Oh, so wait, I don't get a half point. It doesn't say before breakfast. Yeah, this is from BabylonDentalCare.com. The 3 surprising times you should avoid brushing your teeth.
This website looks super legit. There's 9 pop-up ads.
Yeah, it's like looking through window blinds to read it, and there's a vertical dentist speaking to me in a chat window, an AI chat window.
Dentist is bold. I don't see any certifications.
A dental presenting
dental presenting person.
That's not what I meant.
A person who is appearing dental.
Yeah, a person experiencing dentistry, dentistness. And I just tried to click to read more, and it's the fucking pop-up that says, do you have a dental matter we can help with? And then there's like a no and yes selecting things. God, this is
we'll
so
just
spam.
maybe take this with a grain of salt.
Yeah, who knows? Catching up with chat, Coyote Astronaut said, just have a little stack of sandwiches next to your ailing relatives. Keep those minutes going. Yeah, can you imagine? This is going to be dark, but can you imagine you're going to like a hospice service and you're like, oh, why do they have like a plate of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches? And like, don't touch those. Those are
need them.
Those are emergency sandwiches.
That's so fucking funny. This is like children's hospital type shit. This is so funny.
Atticus says the 3 times you shouldn't brush your teeth are 11:59, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard, and 3:16.
That's right.
And then Atticus said the new gender, dental presenting.
Hell yeah.
Hilarious.
Dental presenting is great.
Oh, man. So that is People Also Ask. And it is now the halfway point of the show. It's 7:30, Bug, on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone
People
Show.
Also Ask absolutely wild and today. Out of control.
Yeah. We have a one sponsor for this show currently, and it is our friend AJ, who is an ordained minister and a notary public. So if you need something notarized, or you've got like a notorious relationship that you want to marry, whoa, I want a Bug, save me. If you need a sermon or a speech or
if you need a notary, which you'll know.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We don't have to have any examples for you. You'll know.
Okay, here's a question, Bug. What is one time you need a notary?
Well, when you need something notarized.
When do you need something notarized?
It's usually when you have to sign. You've bought a house.
Yeah, well, so I've only ever invoked a notary at the behest of someone else saying, you're going to have to get a notary.
Yeah,
You know?
isn't it someone who has to observe your like signature? I said signifying.
I think they're like a legal observer. Yeah, they're a state-appointed witness who verifies identities, ensures that everyone is signing of their own volition and stuff like that.
And you have to continually update being a notary too. It doesn't like last forever, like getting ministried.
So don't do it yourself. Contact Sermons and Such, sermons_such at yahoo.com. And AJ has some social media channels that we have not retrieved from him.
Yes.
To further plug it. Let me see if I'm just make double check his business card, make sure that I don't mess that up. I can't find it. Sermons and Such. AJ.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
You want to get in touch with him? You get in touch with us. We'll pass it along.
From Matt Bliss, and I think this is true. I think we just found brush maxing.
Brush maxing.
Welcome. I'm brushing all the time. Gums bleeding, teeth gleaming.
Yeah, dude.
Notarizing equals temporary observance credential.
You might call it gumline recession, but I just say that's more teeth for me to show.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I have a question.
What's your question, Bugs?
My question's from George Diaz, and it is, what is the most awe-inspiring, jaw-dropping, eye-widening thing or things you have witnessed? For me, it's the rainy views from both the St. Louis Arch and the glass box view from the Sears Towers in Chicago. Looking down and seeing only a few inches of glass between you and certain death was just breathtaking. It's been 10 years since I've been, and I really want to go again. P.S. Not gonna lie, I might send a few as I can't sleep. And from what I saw, y'all need emails. This is from the end of February. And George, we did.
Yeah, George, you're the bomb. Thank you for all of your submissions. And I really like the way that George writes.
Yeah, I do too.
I really like the way you write, George. I think that's a beautiful example. Oh man, what is the most breathtaking or awe-inspiring scene?
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be a view, just thing. Just anything that makes you think like, wow, that really took my breath away. I mean, honestly, this is going to sound like, of course it's this, but when we were driving cross country, we saw a lot of really beautiful stuff.
Yeah.
There was honestly a rest stop that we stopped at like New Mexico or Arizona.
Oh, I think about that place all the time. This was on the road trip we took where we went to a couple weddings and we got married in Vegas together.
Mm-hmm. And there was this rest stop where like, you could just see for miles. It was so flat, and the only thing in the distance was like mesas and like little upcroppings. And it was, I mean, we were just literally at a rest stop, but it was like the rest stop didn't take away from the landscape. It like blended in, and it was so gorgeous.
Yeah, it was genuinely so beautiful. Like I don't know if that's technically the Southwest, but like the Arizona, New Mexico, like I think that is the Southwest of the country. I just don't know if that's like what the region's called. Cause whatever. I think that area is so gorgeous.
It's so so pretty.
It was breathtaking seeing all the rocks of different colors and just like the landscape. Beautiful. That's a great answer, Bug. Because my first thought, all I could think of was horrible things. I was like, the time I wrecked Tucker's car by being in the passenger seat and turning the heat up all the way on a 90-degree day until Tucker accidentally rear-ended someone in front of us and the entire front of the car crumpled up like a tin can. That was breathtaking because it was the first time as a teenager that I was like, oh no, my fucking around has found out some consequences.
Yes, it has.
Atticus says the mountains along the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Oh, I fucking love I love a parkway. I love the Kentucky Parkway, Mountain Parkway, Blue Ridge Parkway.
What's the one that you always say is the happiest place on earth whenever we drive on it, Bug? Is it the Kentucky Bluegrass Park?
It's the one that goes to Paducah, and I'm like blanking on it now. Western Kentucky Parkway.
Ah, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about with the Blue Ridge Parkway, even though I'm very new to the area, because I feel like I remember seeing mountains along that way.
Similarly, driving through Utah that is the most beautiful place I've ever driven through. I would love to spend more time in Utah. Not a joke, not socially with like some of that stuff, but like for the outside, it was crazy.
It was gorgeous. It was so gorgeous.
And I mean, the grades were insane on the road too. Also, it was the best truck driving I've ever seen in my life. I don't think they can hire people who don't know what they're doing in Utah because it's like 60% grade and the truck has to know exactly what the fuck it's doing.
Yeah.
And that was cool. That was honestly really cool to see because I think trucks are really cool. And it was wild to... it used to be any long haul trucker you saw was one of the coolest, like most talented drivers on the road. And because of like regulations and stuff, that's changed. But in Utah, they're still out there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a whole thing with like they pushed a bunch of drivers through before the licensing requirements shifted to require more. So that was a whole thing. And there's like a slew of truckers on the road that are younger and less experienced and were pushed through quicker. If anyone knows a truck driver friend, I want to know more about that because I only heard some whisperings and there's not been any like news coverage about it, but I had an inside source. Atticus has made it clear to me that I do not, in fact, know the Blue Ridge Parkway. It is along the East Coast and begins in North Carolina and goes all the way through Virginia. I don't know that I've been on that.
We may have dipped through it briefly, but we haven't spent a lot of time on it.
The winding roads through the mountains in West Virginia are
fucking beautiful. Yeah, so that is probably part of it. We always are like, oh, hell yeah, we're in West Virginia.
And then also what I think in Kentucky, when you're on I think it's probably the Bluegrass Parkway, you're like heading towards the Red River Gorge area and there's some spots.
That's probably the Mountain Parkway.
Yeah, that is gorgeous and breathtaking. I love the nature out here in Kentucky. It's beautiful. So many shades of green. It's so lush.
My grandma has said a thing, and I think this will button it up nicely, which I think is great. First of all, she also loves trucks, and it's a dream of hers to drive an 18-wheeler. She's in her 70s. Let's make it happen, Kathy. And also, she's taken a ton of road trips. She visited me in college with one of her friends, and she lives in Southern California, and I was in Kentucky, and they were driving to visit her friend's family in New York. They're just crazy, like gals vibing. And she said to me when I was younger, there is no state in the country that she doesn't want to go to. And there is somewhere everywhere that's beautiful and that you will fall in love with. And I think that's totally true.
I think so, too. One of my favorite things in the world is the little hidden spots that people find when they like live in a place. I think very fondly of this spot in Keene, New Hampshire, where if you go down this back road, on the edge of the city-ish, on the way towards Marlboro, you go down this back road, I think near Key Road, for anyone who's interested. And you travel past these houses, and there's just a little gate and a dirt road that goes up, and there's nothing marked there. But often you'll see a car parked there because the spot has become more and more well-known. And if you follow this road up, it's an access road for a water treatment thing that's up at the top and a cell tower site that's up at the top of this hill. But off to the side of the road, there's a very well-worn trail that takes you out to a spot that we all called Sunset Point. And it was just this rock that was sitting on the edge of a mountain. And it just all of a sudden you come up to this beautiful little perfect clearing for hanging out. And there's just a massive opening to see the whole city, like out from over the top of it, straight out of like Kingdom Hearts or like a teenage movie. And that's one of my favorite places. And I'd say that's breathtaking too. But like those kinds of little spots are everywhere. Yeah. And I think that's the coolest thing. Like The human instinct to climb to a tall point and look really far away and just be like, wow, I think is one of the best
We
parts of being
love
alive.
looking far away.
Love looking far
Didn't
away.
we find out that you can see like 30 miles or something?
More
crazy?
than 50 miles? Yeah, I think
Yeah, I guessed it right, but then I forgot.
I am uncertain as to what mechanism bounds the limit of human distance vision.
It probably has to do with the eyeball, though, because it's weird in there.
I wonder if it may have more to do with the curvature of the Earth at a certain point, because I think if you look out over the horizon and you see a ship sail away, you can see it descend as it goes over the horizon.
I think that's fair, but I would argue that I think there are animals that can see farther than we can.
I wonder if that's true.
Ooh, let's find out.
Yeah,
this is a little bit of a Bug and Moss bet. This
Yeah.
is a new game where we each make a wager and see who's right.
And we'll find the answer tomorrow on tomorrow's show.
Yeah.
Because we'll do some independent little research. Let's dip back into the voicemails, Bug.
All right, let's do it.
This is the last voicemail that we have in the voicemail box. So if you want to call in and leave us a
Guys,
voicemail,
yeah.
848 Mossbug is the number to call. You can call us, text us, or find us on Instagram at 848
Yeah,
Mossbug.
if you're not comfortable calling, feel free to text, although we would love to hear from you, and you can also email us just like anything at bugandmoss.com.
Yeah, you can email frogturds at bugandmoss.com. But calling 848 Mossbug is the way to get a voicemail. Real phone number, real phone line. We never answer it. We'll never read your number on the air. This is Jordan Reed.
Bug and Moss, good morning. I'm
morning.
sending you this voicemail, or recording this voicemail, on 420. Jesus's cumpleaños. Bug, you were talking about going to a dispensary, and I just want to share,
Hypothetically.
when Lindsay and I got married, we waited a year, and then we did a honeymoon. We went out to Oregon and Seattle and
Ooh.
a bunch of stuff, visited family, and took a train trip and stayed on an alpaca farm.
Hell
and
yeah.
It was very cute. We
Super
did go
cute.
to a dispensary because this was in like 2016, and legal weed it wasn't new, but it was like, holy shit, you can just go into a fucking store.
Mm-hmm.
So we did, and I found it hilarious that it was buy one, get one free joints. Which nowadays, I don't know if that's really the case. I don't think joints are like the thing. I think people like smoking weed syrup
Yeah.
or like, weed rock candy
Yeah.
or Laffy Taffy. I don't know. I honestly, if I walked into a dispensary having never smoked weed now, it'd be like, where's the weed? You guys just have goo and candy?
They do have like THC
Anyway,
crack
that's
rock
all I
now.
wanted to say. It was funny walking into a place where you could just buy weed on sale. And I remember growing up in Northeast Ohio, where finding weed was like, you had a better opportunity. It was more likely that you could stand outside and get the top half of you abducted by aliens and the bottom half of you pulled back to Earth by a Bigfoot. It was easier to do that than find weed. That's all. Having weed on sale is also, it kind of scratches the same itch of when you go into a pet store and like animals are discounted.
Yeah.
Something funny about it.
Yeah.
All right. Blaze up.
Thank you, Jordan.
Jordan, I'm desperate for a t-shirt that's just like a person ripped in half of them floating up, the bottom of them being
Pulled down by
Bigfoot. And it just says that it's in Ohio, in Northeast Ohio. It's like if the top half of you.
You want the full transcript?
Yeah.
I think it should be graphic on the front and then full transcript on the back, like one of those band tour shirts.
Yeah.
Where like
Yeah, that would be, so I'm imagining it, those shirts that are kind of like the green that's almost tan and then darker green on top for the design, sort of like a park shirt type vibe, like you would get at summer camp.
I think it's also a very real point about the candy and goo thing when you go in a dispensary.
It is. We did very recently. We were looking at a friend of ours works for a company that sells like THC products. and they were like, "Oh, check out what we have," and it was literally like crack rock. We were like, "What do you do?" With that,
it was like a compressed, crystallized THC crystal that they sold.
I don't know that you like, put it on a spoon and warm it up, but it really fucking looks like it.
Yeah, I don't know what you're supposed to do with it. But I think almost more alarming to me is the like packaged like candy, Laffy Taffy, like turbo goo, this stuff that just looks like, I don't know, like gummies and like candies. It just, I don't know. There's a weirdness to that is strange to me.
Well, it's a thing that has been, I think, happening in alcohol for a long time. It's just interesting because the industry surrounding like THC and like vaping to a certain degree and stuff like that, the whole industry's kind of infantilized. Like it's not allowed to be more serious because it's like,
I mean, at the same time, though, the first dispensary I ever went into was in Maine, and I remember walking in, and it was clinical white, pure clean floors, and like there was no shelves or nothing, just like a pure white bar with like white marble, and there's like employees standing behind it in suits, and as I'm walking forward, there's a rectangular pillar like a square pillar that's like waist height, and atop it was a square, perfect, beautiful glass case. That was like, it looked like a fucking video game asset. And inside of this glass case on this marble pillar was like a bud of weed, like a nug of
a leaf,
as though someone had just like, whoops, dropped some bud. Like it was bonkers. And I remember like going up to the employees and everyone was like, "Hi, how are you? Welcome to Weedosa."
That's
like
so fucking
I don't know.
funny.
So it's weird when it gets taken more seriously.
Yeah,
too.
I think both are weird. I'm like a specialty wine shop vibe. Like I want to walk in and people are like, "Feel free to browse. Let me know if you need any help." And they're like, they know stuff, but they're not going to hover. That's the dream. That's the dream dispensary.
Places in Vermont are like that.
Yeah.
Coyote Astronaut says, "I'll say that gummies are so good when you've got asthma."
Yeah.
Eating it is much better than smoking it or whatever. The only thing that I find the reason I find like the gummy stuff weird isn't gummies at all. Love gummies. Gummies are great. It's more of the like what I see most often, at least down here, because this is not a state where things are legal, are the like packaged up ones where it's like THC, AP, and Delta 8, and then it's like 4 million milligrams. And like, I tried one of those once and I was on the moon.
And it's actually like Warheads themed and like aping the packaging and stuff, which I think in some cases is fine, but it's everything here.
It's a weird energy
to
it. But I love a gummy. There's loads of great gummies. There's a place here, Cannabis, that makes really good ones.
They do. Yeah, because the laws are weird here again. Someone that I may or may not know that may or may not have been in a dispensary with me possibly recently, there was a thing I hadn't heard of before, which was like a gummy you cut yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so the person who worked there was awesome. They were so helpful because we were trying to order online if we had been there, and we were like, let's just go in. And then it was amazing. It was like weird at first because you like give your ID, and one of our friends had never been to a dispensary before, so they were nervous. And because it is kind of weird. It's
an intimidating process.
We're rule following girlies, and so it is really hard because we were like, I feel like I'm very close to getting in trouble. And I don't know why. But we get in, and then the person we left, and I was like, you are like literally so good at your job. Because it was just immediate. They knew exactly what to recommend, and they explained everything. And they explained the gummies that you sort of like cut yourself, and that it's just like a better deal, and you can like dose exactly what you want.
Yeah, those are really neat. And you just get like a gummy cake or like a big thingy.
Yeah.
Matt Bliss is asking us weed questions. Matt, first off, not a doctor or a weed scientist, so take this advice with a grain of salt.
Now, if anybody was a weed scientist.
Matt says, "I've been curious how it would cognitively affect me, like trying to figure out where the fun is before I try it. Is the Mary Jane hard?" So it depends. The thing, and this is the reason why I get the weird vibe from all of the like overly packaged stuff, is that it would have you believe that it's not, but those like the brighter the package, the more peacocking it is doing, the more headache and bad time and also intensity I feel like you're in for. But it's like hard to shop for unless you're already like in the know, right? Like there's a certain amount of just malarkey up front.
But yeah, probably would recommend just like if you have a friend who's into the ganj, as they say, go with them, like someone you trust, and let them kind of like make recommendations.
Yeah, and I would like start low and start slow and like just try something gentle. And I don't know if I would recommend doing an edible for your first thing, but
although gummies are really like popular, as an option.
But the thing is, they last a longer time, and they take so long to kick in that it might be like more nerve wracking. It also depends on like how anxious are you. Like you know, set and setting is important. It's not a very hard thing though. It's kind of like, I don't know. I would say on par with booze in terms of like.
Yeah.
Less intoxicating than that. Depending.
Yeah.
Because you can go over. It's a hard question.
I can answer this for you, Matt. As someone who doesn't really partake of the devil's lettuce, as we all know, I have before legally. And I can tell you that my mistake is usually that I have an ADHD sort of personality, brain, chemistry, whatever. And so I have historically just like only already been very drunk and then been like, yeah, fuck it, I'll also hit this bong. That's a bad time. I wouldn't recommend that. I'd recommend just enjoying some THC, like Moss is saying, in small doses.
In the daytime outside.
In the daytime, where you have freedom. Like you can walk around, you're in a comfortable environment. Like anything else, it's not that it's like...
Or in your house, by your computer to play video games, depending on how you feel about social anxiety and being outside. But being outside is really fun.
Yeah,
and
it's
nice.
not like, oh, you're going to have like a super bad trip or something, but like it makes me really paranoid. And so I've had a bad time many times because I've been in a setting that I didn't feel totally comfortable in.
I've had that happen too. And like, I'm not a weed expert. I don't really know that much about it. I am a casual weed appreciator.
I'd like us all to retcon that memory, erase it, and re-remember it as Mason taking like a fat puff. Like,
yeah, dude, you want to...
And then being like, I'm not a weed expert.
You want a sip of this Gorilla Glue, Daniel?
Bro, I legit took like 6 really fat bong rips of this shit called Gorilla Glue once, and I thought that I was going to be abducted by aliens, and then the rest of me pulled through the ground by Bigfoot.
Yeah, just the top half of you pulled up by aliens.
My personality is I'm not really into weed. It doesn't make me feel awesome. Hold my beer. Don't do that.
A gummy is amazing though at nighttime to relax or unwind. Like it can be very, very, very helpful.
Yeah.
Very enjoyable. And
absolutely.
I think, and I'm pretty sure, a lot less damaging than drinking alcohol.
Oh, also, Matt, I fucking love Kung Pao Enter the Fist. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid, and I used to watch it constantly.
Kung Pao Enter the Fist?
Yeah, it's one of those like parody kung fu movies.
Oh, that's the one where they trained the guy wrong, so his shoes squeak or whatever.
Yeah, I think so. And then there's this, I don't think those are the director who also did Shaolin Soccer, but his movies are so fucking funny. Those I think are like peak of the genre.
That's great.
Shaolin Soccer still cracks me up just like when I watch the trailer. Like I have tears coming out of my eyes.
I don't think I've ever seen that one.
We'll watch it. It's so fucking funny.
It is 7:53 on the Bug and Moss Morning Telephone Show. And wherever you're at, it is the time it is where you are. I hope you're enjoying your morning so far. It's beautiful outside. It is sunny. It is brisk. It is happy.
Happy?
I don't know, Bug. I think we are at the end of our voicemails.
I have one more.
We have no texts. You have one more?
I have one more in the email.
All right.
Oh, and I also have an announcement, which is that welcome Matt Bliss, our new patron.
Oh, welcome to Patreon, Matt. Patreon.com.
Thanks for joining.
/Bug and Moss. And if also anyone hanging out or watching or enjoying or chilling want to join the Discord, bugandmoss.com /Discord. Come hang out with all the rest of the stinky, creepy critters in the stinky, creepy, crawly critter forest.
The Discord's totally free. Join us and hang out. And you can also join the Patreon for free. I don't know what we'll post there right now, but do it so you know. Find out. Be on the scene first.
Beep, 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 beep,
beep, beep, beep, beep. So Nickelodeon, what I have from George is actually not a voicemail, but another message.
Ooh.
And it is titled, A Slight Diatribe Regarding Mario Music.
Oh.
Okay, so, hello Bug and Moss. Would call, but I want to make this clearer and less type shit. So, because the NES and SNES and other OG Nintendo consoles had such little memory, the music had to be rather simple. This is interesting. You need to make a video about like bits.
Oh, like, yeah.
Like 8-bit music. Yeah. Fast forward several years of nostalgia and iconic music, building off the foundation of those OG tunes that take a lot from jazz standards from the beginning of said genre has led to an almost rebirth or renaissance of the jazz genre in Gen Z millennials and Gen Alpha.
Yes. I love this.
Was it the 8-bit orchestra? Or,
yeah, that's 8-bit big band. That's one of them.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited. I'm assuming there's more.
Yeah.
Oh, I wish we had more time to talk about this because I love this topic.
We can always talk about it more tomorrow.
True.
These iconic Nintendo tracks have turned into new age jazz standards due to how easy it is to insert solos into these songs due to the way they are composed. I found a video explaining this properly that came out a couple years ago. TLDR, Nintendo inadvertently repeated music history. Since y'all love questions, what are y'all's favorite jazz tunes? And then he linked the video, which we will also link.
Oh, I'll have to see who that video is from because I wonder if it's the same one that I watched. But yeah, if it's the Adam Neely video, I think it's the one that I watched. The jazz standards scene is totally, or not the jazz standards scene, video game music.
It is Adam Neely.
It is Adam Neely? Yeah. Video game music has become its own sort of jazz standards thing. It's fascinating. It's super cool. And for all of the reasons George just said, and that video is really the best thing. We'll put that in the description and put that in the show notes. That Adam Neely video is great. The Nintendo-fication of jazz. But yeah, basically what George said. These songs are structured in a similar way. You can vary them. Let me back up for a second, because I'm realizing that this might not be super clear. As a musician, there's these things called fake books that you get when you're like performing or like learning music. You get a fake book and it's just filled with jazz standards that are like California Dreamin' or like whatever. Just a bunch of those old songs that we all know. And it just gives you like the chord progression, the lyrics, some rhythms, some melodies. It gives you like the bare minimum you need to know to replicate the song in some way so that you can then take this fake book and go out there and fake it and like just play the song and improvise on it and like, oh, maybe we're going to repeat a section and do some solos. Maybe we're going to change some instrumentation. But this is like the recipe book for the song. And video game music, due to its same sort of like simplistic melodies, repeatable structures, and like all of these other things that make it conducive to music to play games to, also borrows from jazz and is just very similar to that. And so there's this new canon of jazz-like music, video game music in the world. We should get Caleb, who's the composer for Your Show 13, because Caleb, they are very in the video game music scene and very knowledgeable about this stuff.
They're in a band that plays video game music.
Oh, what is the name of it? I should have had this at the tip of my tongue. It's something Mountain. And it's very good. But it is a fascinating phenomenon, and it is like a huge emerging thing. And there's concerts everywhere. And I don't know if you know that, but like there's loads of live video game music concerts where these groups will get together and play songs, and people in the audience, like young people, showing up and getting excited about basically jazz music. It's fucking amazing.
It's totally awesome.
My favorite video game standard track is Bob on Battlefield, and I love the 8-bit big band version of it. It's a whole phenomenon.
Yeah, we absolutely should have Caleb on because I think he'd be down, and I would love to chat with him about this.
Yeah.
We'll have to, I'll make a little note to set up a little interview on an episode soon if he's interested.
So there's 2 minutes for us to answer George's real question, which was, what is a jazz song that you like, Bug?
Ooh, you go first.
Me go first?
Yeah.
Is it jazz? Malagueña is one that comes to mind, which is very good. We played it in marching band one year, which is where it just fucking rips. I forget who that is, but also there's other classic. Like I like a lot of crooner stuff, but I'm not like the most. I typed Malaguana. I was trying to find it again. Malagueña is a song by Cuban composer Ernesto Lecuona. I don't know that much jazz, TBH. So I don't really have like a favorite jazz standard. Probably, I can remember the chord progression to it, and I can't remember the fucking name of it. A Day in the Life of a Fool. That's a good one. That's a fun one to play. That's probably my favorite one to play. Matt Bliss says Adieu by Emily Bindiger.
I don't know the names of any jazz songs that like standards that I like. I know I like them. Like I know it when I hear it, right? I'm like, oh yeah, that's one of those. I like a lot of big band stuff. Glenn Miller's In the Mood comes to mind as one that I always like get excited to hear and to play. It's on my like Pump It Up playlist. But as far as just like going for a jazz favorite, I can tell you that my favorite jazz band is Soil and Pimp.
Yes.
And they are a Japanese, they describe themselves as death jazz, I think.
It's weird and cool and very...
It's just weird and cool. Yeah, they have this song that's in this anime that was set in Brazil, and the art style was very Brazil, and the music is very Brazil, and that's how I got into them. So if you like a very fun for your brain kind of music, I would recommend Soil and Pimp.
I was stuck on standards for a second there, but yeah, if we're expanding beyond like classic jazz standard canon, Soil and Pimp is amazing. Gordon Goodwin's Big Fat Band plays a ton of songs that rip. My favorite one is going to be The Jazz Police, followed by Back Row Politics by the Gordon Goodwin Big Fat Band. Those songs absolutely grip it and also subsequently rip it.
Hell yeah.
It's amazing. All right, it is 8 a.m. Matt says Japanese fusion is so great. Maximum
the Hormone, Matt. We have to talk. That was on my iPod in middle school.
Oh, awesome. It is 8 o'clock. Thanks for hanging out, Bug. I love you.
I love you.
This is Bug and Moss.